In this video, I'm not telling you to be a bitch. This is literally my physique, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I built that hitting drop sets, not just going to failure, but hitting drop sets. About a year and a half ago, every single day when I went to the gym and I hit tricep overhead extensions, like with the cables, I used to hit quadruple drop sets consistently. This wasn't like a one-time thing. This was for about like probably 3 to 6 months. I consistently hit quadruple drop sets. If you don't know what that means I would go till failure once, like fully till failure, not a bitch, like lengthen partials and everything. Then I would drop the weight and go to failure again. Then I would drop the weight and go to failure again. Then I would drop the weight and go to failure again. And then I would do it one more time. That's the equivalent of 5 sets in one, and I would hit that for 4 sets. That is the equivalent. I shit you not. The scientifically like most optimal, like absolute maximum you should do to maximize gains is 20 sets per week. I hit that in one workout. I hit the equivalent of that in one workout. One time I was doing that exact exercise. I was like hitting these like overhead extensions, whatever. I'd finished my set, and every single time after I'd finished my set, I would like cry. Like it was like this weird thing. I wouldn't even think about it. I would drop the weight and I would like almost like start like half a second after I finished my set, I would just like start crying for a split second. Like it was genuinely so weird. Like I never thought anything of it. Like I would push extremely hard. I would do this with pull-ups as well. At school, I was doing this like challenge with my friends where we would hit 4 sets of pull-ups every single day. So that's like every single school day. So that's 20 sets per week, right? Keep in mind I was still going to the gym after school, right? And on those sets, I did the most crazy fucking workouts, bro. I would hit pull-ups wearing my backpack and my friend's backpack filled with books, right, to add weight. And then after that, I would take off both the backpacks. Then I'd go to failure again. And then after that, I would go till failure on the lengthened partials 3 times. I would go for basically like a lengthened partial is like a half rep almost. Like you try as hard as you possibly can on a half rep. I would do like as many half reps as I could. As many half reps as I could. I would drop down from the bar, and then after that, I can't remember entirely now. I think I would do three of like scapular lengthened partials, which is essentially like, you know, your shoulder blade in your back. It's essentially moving that down. It's something you can do on like rowing exercises and on like pull-ups, where essentially on a rowing exercise, it's like going like this as the rep. So instead of like a normal lengthened partial where you go like half rep, half rep, half rep, it's like this, so it like targets your middle back more. You can do the same thing with pull-ups by going like this, and that activates your lower lats a lot. So I would do that until I fell off the bar, until my grip physically slipped and I fell off the bar 3 times after already going to failure 3 times before that. I would do that 4 sets 5 times a week on the same exercise. And I had the same thing every single time I would finish a set. I would literally, wait, by the way, keep in mind, the reason why we were doing these at school is because like my school, it had these like pull-up bars like basically my school had something called the blacktop, right? This is like back in middle school. And so it would just be like a bunch of basketball courts all on this like black concrete. And then there would be like the PE locker rooms over here. But then to the side of the PE locker rooms, down this kind of like alleyway, there was this like big cargo container, and it had pull-up bars on the side of it. So that's why we were doing pull-ups at school. But essentially I was saying, right, every single time I had the same issue with the tricep extensions, with all the exercises I hit. Every single time I finished hitting them, I would be completely neutral for half a second. Like I would finish the exercise, and then 1 second, like 1.5 seconds later, I would just like do that. I would literally go like that. Like I would genuinely make like a physical noise as if I was like crying, and then I'd just like half a second I would like feel completely fine. I'd be like normal. It was so fucking weird, bro. I swear, like I genuinely, I went down to like script this video, and I just remembered this shit now. Like I always used to do that. I don't do this anymore, but I always used to do this, bro. I remember talking with my friends about it, like after I hit one of those sets, and it was like Like every single, like even my friends mentioned it, like every single time I finished a set, I would like cry for half a second, and then I would just stop crying. And one time after hitting these like tricep overhead extensions in the gym, I literally, like, I actually started crying in the gym. Like, I'm being dead ass, like, because I had like fucking two more sets of that shit. And I genuinely started crying. During this time, I was so exhausted in between my workouts that I'd literally, like, when I was like hitting like incline dumbbell bench press or whatever the fuck you call it, I would literally like sleep in between sets. Like, I would fall asleep during sweats, and I would always feel this like crushing like anxiety, this like stress during my workouts. I would dread going to the gym every single day. That's the level of discipline I developed. I had this like David Goggins mindset. Like, there's a reason why I put like David Goggins in the thumbnail of this video. And that's because like I had this like David Goggins mindset, bro. I'd just gotten on self-improvement, and I was like, harder is better, harder is better, harder is better, because everything that's good for you is hard, right? Working out is hard. It's good for you. Taking cold showers, that's good for you. And I thought harder was better. And I'm actually grateful for it. I know that sounds weird. I know I'm like shitting on it right now, but I'm grateful for it, bro. Like, really, like the point in life, like I was before the pot, like right now I'm talking to a version of my younger self, right? That's who I'm talking to with this video. The younger version of myself, he needed that. He needed to become more disciplined. He needed to adopt this David Goggins mindset. He needed to stop watching YouTube 6 hours a day, get off his ass. He needed to stop fapping. He needed to take cold showers. He needed to go to the gym. He needed to push past failure. He needed that. But the version of me I'm talking to right now with this video, which is exactly like you don't need that anymore. You're a disciplined motherfucker, bro. Like, if you're the person I'm talking to, like, of course this doesn't apply to everybody watching this video, but if this video has like happened to find the right person who has that kind of problem where they push like fucking unnecessarily hard, like I'm not talking about like, oh, I pushed too hard, guys, I pushed too hard. I'm talking about waking up at 5 a.m. at the crack of fucking dawn. I'm talking taking like 10-minute plus cold showers. I'm talking fucking quadruple drop sets. Like, if you're that type of person watching this video, and God like sent this video to you. Well, I'm not gonna be like one of those cringy motherfuckers who said like, click on this video, like God wants you to watch this video, or like some shit. I'm not gonna be like one of those guys. But if this video has just happened to find you, and genuinely like you are that type of person, you don't need discipline anymore. You're a disciplined motherfucker. What you need is results, right? Oh, sorry, my camera's. Is that better? Fuck it. What you need is results. You don't need fucking discipline anymore, bro. You're already disciplined, motherfucker. You need more results. It doesn't matter how many drop sets you fucking hit. It's not gonna make you rich. It doesn't matter how many fucking cold showers you take. You're not gonna be rich. That's not gonna make you money. You think that's gonna fucking make you money? Do you think just raw discipline by itself is gonna get you anywhere in life? If you think that, I want you to take your hand, hold on, let me straighten my camera out for this. There we go. I want you to grab your hand like this. I want you to go like, that's from me, all right? And like as hard as you fucking can, that's from me if you think that. Because I don't want you to make the same mistake where you're like, literally, there was one morning during the winter where, I'll actually go through this story because it's actually a pretty funny one. I woke up at 5 a.m. I felt tired. I did not get enough sleep. I had shit sleep the night before. I was just like sleep deprived. I was tired. And keep in mind, I was going to sleep at like 8 o'clock, right? So I was locked in. It wasn't like I was going to sleep at like 10 o'clock and waking up at 5. I was getting enough sleep, but I was just burnt out. So I forced myself out of bed. I go into the cold shower, I take my cold shower, and at the time, by the way, this is in the middle of fucking winter, right? At the time, I had this ideology that, like, because it kind of makes sense. I knew that cold showers, the way they worked and the way they wake you up, is basically forcing your body to heat itself up. And when your body heats itself up, that's the process of it waking itself up. As your body tries to heat itself up, that's how it wakes up. So I thought, oh, well, if I take a cold shower and make sure I stay cold after, my body's going to continue to try and heat itself up and I'm going to wake up more. like a fucking dumbass, bro. So essentially what I would do is is I shit you not, in the middle of winter, straight after my cold shower, I would get in my pajama shorts, right? Like little tiny shorts. And I would, well, of course I wasn't wearing like fucking booty shorts, right? Get the image out of your head. I was wearing pajama shorts, right? And I would go outside into my garden in the middle of winter at like 5:30 in the morning, 5:20 in the morning. In the middle of winter to go gratitude journal. Because I had a lot to be grateful for, man. I was genuinely like I feel so bad for people who are in that stage. Like I really do, because you need to learn discipline at some point. But and like honestly, like I'm so grateful I had that level of discipline. It's got me places. Like I built my dream fucking physique. Like I see I genuinely like in real life, of everybody I know, I genuinely think I have the best physique of everybody I've like met in real life. Like in my age group, in my high school. And I'm a fucking freshman. And the reason why I believe that is because like so many people, like they're just not willing to push to that level. I don't know anybody in my entire life who hits a quadruple drop set. I've never met anybody else who's done that. So anyways, I got a bit sidetracked there, right? So continuing the story, I went to gratitude journal outside, right? And I'll tell you the reason why I'm telling you this in a minute. And I went inside after my gratitude journaling, freezing my balls off. And I think I went to meditate and I was still freezing cold or something. And then I just gave up. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm like so tired. I just need comfort. That was the phrase that was like repeating in my head again and again and again. It was like, I just need comfort. I just need comfort. I just need comfort. All I want is comfort. So what I did was, there's this like heater built into my wall. I grabbed this blanket, right? And I cuddled up by the wall. I turned this heater on full blast. I got my phone out and I watched like Dan TDM videos. I was like fucking like 14 years old at the time as well, bro. Fucking watching Dan TDM videos, bro. Because I just wanted to go back to the times when I was like innocent and I didn't do this shit to myself. Since then, I've learned how to control myself. Like, I've said it 100 times in this video, but if you relate to that, bro, it's good. Like you've unlocked a level 2 of self-improvement, right? You have unlocked the level where you're not a degenerate anymore. You're disciplined as fuck. Like you're the quadruple drop sets motherfucker. You're the David, I'm gonna call it just the David Goggins motherfucker, right? You're a bad motherfucker, bro. That's the point you've gotten to. But you need to like control that in a good way, right? Like UFC fighters, like they beat each other all the time, right? One UFC fighter, let's say Khabib, will beat like another UFC fighter, Conor McGregor. Like imagine that scenario, right? Do you think it was just because Khabib worked harder than Conor McGregor that he won that fight? Or just take any MMA example. Let's say fighter A beats fighter B. Is it just because fighter A worked harder that fighter B lost? Maybe in some cases, yes. But most of the time, it isn't a matter. When you're at that professional level, when you're literally the best in the world, it doesn't matter about discipline. Everybody's willing to put in 100% discipline. It's about effectiveness. It's about, what's the word for it? You know that quote, work harder, not smarter. It's about both of that. It's about working harder and smarter, right? You've ticked the box. You're at the point where you can work as hard as it needs to be done. You can do it, no matter how hard it is now. But the thing you need to do is you just need to direct that in the right places. And harder does not equal better. You need to work smarter. It's like these UFC fighters with their strength and conditioning. Everybody's willing to work out 7 days a week for their like martial arts conditioning, right? But that's actually not what's optimal for MMA. With training fast twitch muscles, you actually want to train a lower amount of volume and in a lot more easier way. Like the most optimal is 2 reps, only 2 reps with your 10 rep max. So if you were to do this rate for 10 reps, then you would go to failure. But you only do it for 2 reps, 16 sets, 3 times per week. That's the most optimal for fast twitch muscles, which is what mainly UFC fighters use when they punch. They need to punch with force, they need to punch hard. Same with their kicks, same with like a lot of their takedowns and stuff. They need fast twitch muscles for that. But if you approached weightlifting in MMA with this like brute like approach where you just train as hard as possible 7 days a week and you train all your like squats till failure or something, or like your bench press till failure, you're gonna get stronger for sure. But the thing is, like, this is a really autistic example, right? But I want to explain it to you this way because I think it'll make you understand, like, with your weightlifting brain. What that does is, since you're more fatigued, instead of your body building fast twitch muscle fibers or type 2X muscle fibers, it builds type 2A muscle fibers, which are still fast twitch, but they're not as fast. But the trade-off is type 2A, even though they're not as fast and as powerful, they recover quicker because your body needs to recover between its workouts. But if you give your body the full time it needs to recover between workouts, it'll produce the type 2X muscle fibers because it doesn't need to worry about recovering. You kind of understand what I'm saying. In a weird way, training harder is actually diminishing your results now. That's what's happening to you, bro. Training harder is diminishing your happiness, right? Like, you're just miserable all the fucking time. You want comfort. You just need comfort, bro. Like, and I'm not gonna tell you go chase comfort. I'm gonna tell you enjoy your life, bro, because you only get one. And this isn't meant to be some like pussy propaganda, like some liberal, like bloody, like like don't work hard, don't be ambitious, don't try to be like a millionaire in your 20s. Like no, working out's bad for you, and also plastic's perfectly fine for you, and like just eat McDonald's, bro. I'm not trying to tell you any like bullshit like that, right? I say this like out of like true like love and respect for you. You don't need to work harder. You need to work more intelligently. And the way you start by doing that is stop hitting fucking quadruple drop sets, bro, because you're honestly losing gains from that. Instead, just hit 1 drop set. Because 1 drop set, that's more than disciplined enough. And then also, you're probably gonna even make more gains. You're gonna enjoy your workouts more. Of course, don't be a bitch and just go to failure. Like, honestly, like on my channel, it's like for anybody else to say that, that's fucking like insane. Like calling like people a bitch for going to failure. Like usually I'll be like telling people off for like being a bitch and not going to failure. I also tell people off for being a bitch and only going to failure, right? Okay, yeah, but essentially, I feel like you get the message from this video. This has been like 19 minutes on the dot as I'm recording this now. Of course, like, I'm gonna like snip it up and cut it up a bit so it won't be the same length for you, but bro, the time has passed by recording this video because like I felt so passionate about it, man. Like, genuinely, like this problem took me ages to learn. I would prioritize like delayed gratification, and delayed gratification is great, but in some ways it's actually delayed gratification to work less hard. And I would not give this advice to anybody else, but I'm basically I've recorded this video with the mission to make it as authentic as possible, as if I'm like recording a video for my younger self that I could show my younger self. And I hope this finds somebody in that exact same scenario. So I know there's gonna be some people who've watched this far in the video and this doesn't apply to them. I know there are going to be people like that, but there's going to be at least one guy out there who this video does apply to. I really, really hope this video helped you guys out. Whoever this like video finds, whoever watches this far and relates to this video, I really hope it changes your life, bro. Because I was in that exact same situation. And first link in the description, I know I do this plug every video, but first link in the description is a completely free community with free coaching where you can hop on a call with me and I can help you with all of your problems. I hope this video helps you guys out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.